Yeah, hi. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, recording this after the Hall of Fame video. It's time for your late out of date Smackdown review. The Smackdown after WrestleMania, before WrestleMania feel like it already came and gone without even happening, I gotta tell you. WrestleMania is happening, WrestleMania weekend is happening, and it feels very dragged out. I ain't gonna lie, yo, folks. Somebody freaking. This WrestleMania weekend is kind of dragged out, I gotta be honest with y'all. It really is. This weekend is gonna be very busy, and too much wrestling. I'm gonna freaking. I don't know how people can survive this. I really don't. Anyways, yeah, we're gonna talk about WrestleMania. I don't know. We're gonna talk about SmackDown, right? SmackDown before WrestleMania. This show was before the Hall of Fame. I didn't review the show because the Hall of Fame was happening, and I fell asleep right after and all that kind of stuff. All right, let's talk about SmackDown. SmackDown, I gotta be honest with you, was a boring show overall. I fell asleep a couple times during the show. So I did not really care for the show, and I was kind of already freaking tired, so that's basically what happened. Alright, the show started with Seth Rollins, and already I was turned off, and I didn't care, because I'm not a fan of Seth Rollins. I'm the reality television, shut the fuck up. I hear enough of this guy. He says, Las Vegas, today Monday, Friday, but I think it still works. Let's try it out. Welcome to Friday Night Rollins. Yeah, I'm your host for tonight. I am a visionary minister. Gosh, shut up. We'll get to the OTC in a moment, but I would like to start out with that guy. Whose name you were chanting first, that's it. That's the reason he came back to wrestling, right? Because you chanted his name for 10 long years. That's why he came back, right? Except CM Punk came back to the ring. It was in the WWE ring. So you mentioned AEW, so that was a big thing. So he came back because you guys were chanting his name, or what? Or did he came back because somebody wrote him a big fat check? But when he burnt the bridges and he burned every other bridge, he finally came out to WWE after 10 long years. And it was because you chanted his name? No, it was because they wrote him another big check. CM Punk likes to pretend that likes to pretend. Tell me when I'm telling lies. But she's not wrong there. CM Punk loves to pretend he comes back for all of you. He doesn't care about you. He comes back. He doesn't care about the deed. He's a liar. He's a fraud. He's a coward. And we'll say what you will about Roman Reigns, Mr. OTC. He doesn't even pretend to care about you guys. He doesn't even pretend to care about WWE, and you can believe that. The OTC only cares about the OTC, Roman Reigns, and this is the Roman Reigns business. He's a Mr. Private Jet, Mr. Limited Schedule, Mr. Handpicked Opportunities. Yeah, and he loves that. He loves that when you love him. Roman Reigns knows nothing about sacrifice. CM Punk knows nothing about sacrifice. I know everything about sacrifice, and funny enough, the whole story between me and myself, CM Punk, and Roman Reigns, it started... Stupid noise. It started 12 years ago. It started with Paul Heyman, that's the truth. Paul Heyman brought myself, Roman Reigns, and Dean Ambrose, a little Ambrose reference, into WWE, the Shield, for CM Punk. And every single night I sacrificed everything that I had in this ring to be that Shield. And did I get any credit? Absolutely not, because everyone wanted the cameras on the spotlight on Roman Reigns. It was always Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns was going to be the next John Cena. He was going to be the next cash cow for WWE. Look at Roman Reigns, put in the spotlight of Roman Reigns. And every single, this went along in the background after CM Punk went away. King his mom went home. I heard little echoes of CM Punk checks. Meanwhile, I was making every show. I was in the ring, every single sacrificing everything I had. And it all came to a head last year in the main event of WrestleMania when my knee was hanging on a thread. My stepdad was home dying of cancer, and I made sure I was there for every single end to be a shield. And I made sure that Roman Reigns lost. The story between us started 12 years ago when Paul Heyman brought myself and Roman into the Paul Heyman. And it all ends tomorrow night, the most important triple threat match in history of this industry. And I promise you I'll do exactly what I've done for the past 12 years. I will lay it all online. I will sacrifice everything. I will have to make sure that this business, this company, this industry moves forward the right direction. It's not a prediction. It's a spoiler. This is not a bad promo. I will give Seth Rollins that. I like that you mentioned it kind of add more depth to like why this triple threat match is happening. It just fuck, I have to like really just have to happen. It's just the problem. Hold on a second. It's the problem is it's just the guy. I don't care to see a Rollins supposed Heyman thing, and I just like Rollins that most of the time is annoying. I like that he was a bit more serious. I will say that it was a better promo than I thought. It just can we keep that up a little bit, huh? Can we keep that up? I will say that was a better promo. I like that the whole references of Shield. I mean, even though that's literally what they're relying on is this whole Shield thing. Like, this would make more sense if this was literally, if Ambrose was involved. If this was even the big triple threat, or even if they were running a full way with Ambrose, it would just kind of been kind of cool, I would say. It is what it is, though. We then see the first match, which is the throwaway Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Bunch of jobbers. It's like, hey, you don't make it to WrestleMania, but you get this instead. And yeah, and in the end, it was what? Carmelo Hayes winning, eliminating Andrade, and I don't care. We get a Charlotte sit-down interview, and then as I do everything with Flair, and in the biggest stage, I'm not comparable, and blah blah blah, and I don't care. We then see Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Bianca Belair, Naomi, Jade Cargill, Chip Linder segment. Rhea Ripley comes out and says, Sunday will be my 6th WrestleMania, I'm going to make history, and I will not get distracted by Bianca or Io. You guys step into my business, and I will take back what is mine. And then Bianca like, y'all mean y'all upset about this, and because I feel like yes, I'm gonna make history, I'm gonna remain in this man. I'm gonna be undefeated. And then Io Sky is like, oh, it's gonna be and then Bianca comes, not Bianca, freaking Naomi, like, you been ignoring me, bitch. But I thought we said it, this Bianca. Got the big leaves, you don't want my leave and shit, And then Jade Cargill comes down, and then now she pushes Naomi, and then Jade Cargill, and then everybody falls with each other, and then Io does the same shit that she flips onto Rhea and Bianca. It's the same shit we seen on Monday Night Raw. So this was just Monday Night Raw bullshit. Second match, we see the Street Profits and the Motor City Machine Guns ends in a no contest just because they stole the fucking so the Motor City won by disqualification. But still tag champs because of the DIY. After this match, Nick Aldis takes the tag title and says, you know what? We're going to handle this one way, and we're going to handle this in a TLC match. And it's happening next Friday on SmackDown. Yeah, next Friday on SmackDown. I like that they're trying to make people care about SmackDown here. But are we kidding here? What? So this is like the first time a TLC match is happening in years, by the way. And they're doing this TLC match. What is it? The TLC match. They're doing this TLC match. First time. We haven't seen TLC match like in the SmackDown like a long time too. I think this is gonna be the first official TLC match on SmackDown since the match that's like the forgotten TLC match because of a certain person who's erased from history. So yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's just like, why not just have this at WrestleMania and then you can do something special on SmackDown. It's just like, wow, a tag title match is a tag title and it's not being defended at WrestleMania. What are we doing here? You know what I mean? But this is what happens when WWE has to appease to Fox. Not Fox. They have to appease to the USA Network. They have to appease to Netflix. They have to appease to Peacock. They have a bunch of masters to please, and that's the problem. But again, who really cares? Also, because it's just like, sure, it's gonna be a fun match, but it's like whatever. It's a jobber shit. Chelsea Green wants Nick Aldis to address the travesty that what happened with Zelina Vega, and this now leads to another rematch. Rather than having Chelsea Green at WrestleMania, she's just gonna have a freaking rematch with Zelina Vega. Which didn't they announce they're gonna have a freaking 6 women's tag match, and yet they're just doing this? I don't fucking get it. I don't care.
Orton comes out, he says, it's WrestleMania time. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't have an opponent for WrestleMania, but now a few days has went on, and I have, and I just been, he talks about how he had a bunch of histories, like, his father, WrestleMania, and how this would be his 20th, but this means so much because it'll be my 20th, but I got news, ladies and gentlemen, this is what's going to happen. For someone's going to, I have decided that it's going to be an open challenge. It's set up for me, and whoever's accepted, they'll have an RKO coming for them. A lot of people are hoping this is Aleister Black, but now there's like kind of rumors, or I don't know. They did a vignette on this show, and the vignette is and that whole vignette that people thought was Aleister Black is set for April 25th. A lot of people are wondering now, is that even going to be Aleister Black? But now it might be the Wyatt Six, because it looked like it was the Wyatt Six with like Uncle Howdy or whatever. I don't know. It's like a shadow of Uncle Howdy. So like people are wondering, is that even going to be Aleister Black? I do hope it's not Aleister Black, in my honest opinion. I do not hope it's Aleister Black challenging Randy Orton. I don't really care to see that match, and I'm really not big. I'm not gonna act like I'm a big fan of Aleister Black to defeat Randy Orton, because he's not really like that big of a star to beat Randy Orton. And yeah, they're kind of ripping off the whole Cody Rhodes, they're ripping off the Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins thing from 3 years ago now. What I would rather see, I mean, it's 420. Why not have Rob Van Dam show up, for crying out loud? That would be funny. And they have an Extreme Rules match, for crying out loud. That would be funny. Heck, there's rumors of Jeff Hardy. I would love to see Jeff Hardy, him going, again, utilize the fucking TNA partnership and have some old W stars come back. Have, like, old rivals come back to face Randy Orton, for crying out loud. That's what I would rather see. Heck, it would be kind of cool if Triple H was not injured, it was not heart affected. It would have been a perfect way to have his final match against Orton, but whatever. Obviously, we can't do. Heck, Goldberg is a good idea too. Just having that as his last run. I know a lot of people are gonna hate on that idea. Whatever. But anyway, or again, Nick Aldis is a good idea too, based on their little issue. But they're not gonna do that. In the end of the day, at least it's good to see Randy Orton have a match. It's just like, I really hope it's not gonna be some bullshit where like, it's just going to have him have a throwaway match, But that's what it feels like. It's going to be a throwaway match, he's going to put someone over, probably, and all that kind of shit. You see a video package of Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre, and then Priest is backstage. He says, I'm done taking questions. This is the rest of Drew McIntyre, the same guy who didn't show up at SmackDown, the same guy who's been trying to tell the world he's a victim. You're not a victim. You're not ready for this fight. The world's not ready for this violence. And I really try to paint you, you try to paint me, I'm trying to paint you as a bad guy. I'm going to beat you so bad that you'll be future dead. At WrestleMania, I'll bring the punishment and I'll bury you. Whatever, little promo. There was a little box where they had a green screen. You could have done something where that was DX related or Triple H related, but no, they didn't do that shit. Third match, Zelina Vega defeats Chelsea Green. So they basically redid what was rumored to be the actual match last week to this week instead. And again, so Chelsea Green, she's the women's champion, women's United States champion, and she's not at WrestleMania, and this is just happening for God knows what reason. So much for this new title, by the way. Yeah, an LA Knight promo. Yeah, I never talked to you. I don't know if you saw it just on screen, but what happened last week is I call that inspiration, because we got 3 Solo, Jacob had 2 Tamatonga. They like to use numbers, but they like to sneak attack. But like, if I saw, equations and Tamatonga, he's not on the list. Solo, which means WrestleMania, just means that Jacob had 2. Now it's just, I understand Solo, that Jacob is a force, a man, a monster. He destroyed everything in front of him. I've seen anything but Jacob. You don't understand, because with that same energy, I walked into this place, turned this place upside down, standing as U.S. champion, 2-time, most matches, most wins, and what it means, the titles are titles. We just ain't gonna see anything like you. Nah! You just ain't seen nothing like me. When you grabbed the title last week, I could be clutch, and I could say that this close thing you'll be in the U.S. champion. I ain't no dummy, yeah! I look at you, and I can see that someday, somewhere, anybody, everybody's chanting, yeah, LA Knight, yeah, you ain't gonna be no megastar like LA Knight. There you go, and just a promo, and then Fourth match, LA Knight defeats Solo Sikoa by disqualification, and then it becomes a match still match cliche where Get It Jacob Fatu gets involved, and then fucking Braun Strowman makes a save. It's sad to see Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa after a year of taking over the bloodline. He's not gonna be at WrestleMania. Same thing with Braun Strowman coming, whatever. Leads to a fifth match where LA Knight and Braun Strowman winning the match and whatever. We get Jimmy Stratton interview. It's like, oh, I'm the prettiest, and I will not let my motivation is that Charlotte will not bully me, and I'm gonna taste her all medicine, and she will respect me. Blah blah blah. So there you go. That's a little sit down interview, and yeah. You then get the sixth match. Mysterio, Dragon Lee, and Rey Fenix defeated American Made on Mr. Americano, or whatever the fuck it is. He was in the Battle Royal or whatever, but then Get It Chad Gable's a different guy. So what happened during this match? Apparently Rey Mysterio got injured. Unless I don't know if that's true or not. But as of this recording, Rey Mysterio is probably not going to be set to wrestle at WrestleMania. Because of this injury, either it's fake or not, because they want to showcase Rey Fenix instead. I don't know. All I will say is, they had one move, American Made did, a triple headbutt. That should have been a finish. I don't know why was that not a finish. This match went on longer than needed, which I didn't hate this match. Actually, I was watching this match. Just I was actually woken up after I was falling asleep each and every time the show was on. By the way, that's the problem. I was falling asleep during this show. I woke up, saw this match. The match was fine. It went too long, and then it just was unbelievable. The main event segment. Cody Rhodes comes out, but then John Cena comes out. The fans were booing Cody Rhodes. So much for people loving Cody Rhodes, what Triple H said, and again all the smarks, they finally turned on Cody Rhodes. But then you know how John Cena, even though there was people booing, but they were still let's go Cena chants or whatever. Cena, because he's a professional, he actually made the fans cheer Cody Rhodes again. Because he knows how to get because again, that's his job as a heel. He wants to get people booing him and cheering for Cody Rhodes. John Cena did the professional route of getting people to cheer for Cody, which is wow. What does that tell you? And what's going to happen when now John Cena retires? You ain't going to have a person who's a professional like him make people cheer and boo him. You know what I mean? John Cena came out. He did speak the truth. He said, shut your mouth. Shut your mouth, kid. This is my 20th WrestleMania. My 12th title match at WrestleMania. I know just as anybody right now around you. You can't get lost in all the noise and these voices, all the one voice you should be listening to right now, and that's coming from the man looking you in the eye. Sunday is the last time I will ever compete in the WrestleMania ring. No one ever has had the courage to end their career in the way I have. And there's nothing you can possibly do to prepare to face a man who knows he's going to die. What I do is so unprecedented, they don't think it's real. They don't believe it. They think I'm going to come back because everyone always comes back. Everyone crawls back. There's no such thing as wrestling retirement. There's always one more match. The reason there is a wrestling retirement because every wrestler is scared, insecure loser. Every wrestler needs these people to care about them, to post about them, to talk about them, because the second they get away from this, they're left alone. They're left alone by themselves with their pathetic lives, so they come crawling back as a shell themselves, which, that's a shoot. That's a fucking shoot right there. I mean, and it's not wrong. And he spoke the truth. So good on Cena. That was really good. I have loved showing worth in my time. I don't need any single damn of you, he pointed to the fans, which made the fans boo him. The only reason I'm here is to take that away from you, pointing to the WWE title, and all of you, forever. Don't say I didn't warn you, because I did. Last year when I won that championship, last year is I did last year when I won that championship. Everybody was raising on their shoulders and giving you the when you won that championship last year. Everyone's raising you to their shoulder, giving you the watches and stuff, saying good job, champ. When I had a moment alone with you, I told you every day you hold that it gets heavier, and Sunday it finally gets too heavy where you will lose. You will lose because you care about them. Your people don't write history, winners do. And I come out here tonight because I wanted to share one more thing before Sunday. When I won the chamber, I knew it was going to be impossible to beat you at WrestleMania. And then not one moment, it changed all that. You changed all that because when you stood to Rock. You see, kid, The Rock just gave you a choice. Do you want to do what they think or what do you want to win? And the moment you you made your choice, not only that I think that I can beat you, I realized Sunday you don't stand a chance. And that night, all that is left for me is to do one thing you couldn't: prove them that they didn't matter. You see, all this is noise to them. All these people always makes them to their own version of the truth. They want to believe, but then you stop. But then when you stop caring about that and you stop caring about them, you start accomplishing anything in your life. But you're too weak to understand that. Sunday, in order to beat me, you're gonna have to choose. Are you gonna do what they think is right, or do you win? And Cody, you are strong. You're tough. You're driven. You're also scared, insecure, and naive. You say you wear this suit. You want to be somebody. You have a tattoo because you want to be stabbed with somebody. You don't need a tattoo or a suit because Sunday, I'm going to make you somebody. Somebody finally realized that to become a winner, you need to severe ties with all you need to severe ties, all these losers in your life, or somebody who had a real chance to be a winner and blew it. And in that very moment, you realize that you're not the captain. You're not a quarterback. You're just a kid in a man's world who doesn't have the balls of the real last champion. Fine, it's definitely, it's great. Cena knows how to fucking talk. Cody Rhodes says, okay, John, the noise. You always have this crowd had. How do you feel about you? And literally, the fans were booing. They were not even giving Cody a chance. So literally, these fans fucking turned on Cody. What does that fucking tell you? And John Cena said, "This is who you fight for. This matters to you." And and because of that, Cena made the fans start cheering for Cody. Okay, what a professional! What a fucking professional! Then Cody Rhodes says, "You said in London, you said you didn't bury talent, that you are talent. Well, I know a graveyard of talent that would disagree with that statement because we're not talking about them. We're talking about WrestleMania. Let me ask you a question, John. Do you know his name?" Like he's pointing at like the crew and all that kind of shit, trying to make the fans cheer for him. It's typical babyface shit. But again, it's to get babyface cheers. Do you have that one? The man who handed you the microphone? Do you know his name? No. You don't know his name. Either do you. And I know why you walk backstage. You don't even know any of these people either. This is a different WWE, John. When this was your WWE, I worshipped you. And since you were the GOAT and hasn't shown up since the Elimination Chamber. Allow me to offer you a little perspective, okay? You call me underwhelming. Well, guess what? You are overrated. You are bearing. And most importantly, you're out of touch and you out of time. Your face is melting wax. You got stocks of diamond in your neck, slight ass legs. You're paler than Sting and Starrcade 97, and you're sick and anonymous comment how I'm an errand boy. And when the whole world watched you walk out of the stage, butt ass naked, you ran errands for who you ran errands for now. And my God, John Cena, it's 2025, and you still can't wrestle. And get it? Oh, he can't wrestle. He does get it. Which that's just so stupid. Like, what makes you a better wrestler than fucking John Cena? Because you do flips. I just hate that shit. John Cena said idiots, and just like you, they don't know what they want. And Cody, at Sunday, I beat you. I don't have to wrestle. He bops. Okay, this is where I thought this was kind of lame, where it kind of ruined the segment. Cena just bops him in the head. It's just like, it was like Popeye. It's like you could drop a pin drop. Like, don't. It was like a fucking comedy. And he puts him in the AA position. And then after that, Cody does the crossroads. And it's like, really? Just really? I thought that was kind of lame and just retarded. I was kind of hoping, if that happened, like Cena should have at least like poke an eye. That was a fucking AA. And then Cody could reverse it, and then they probably just brawl a little bit. And that's what should have happened. They should have been separated, pull apart, brawl. That's the way to end the show. And The Rock could have showed up. At least they mentioned The Rock a little bit, but The Rock didn't even freaking show up, which he might at WrestleMania. But that's the problem. They have not even mentioned The Rock. And that's like, what the fuck are they doing, But yeah, they did that, and, yeah, that's that. And the show ended weird. With Cody posing after they kept showing the WrestleMania card. So they still had more time. They didn't utilize the time they had properly. I will say, the entire show, the show was better than usual, but it still was pretty boring and kind of a little snooze fest in all honesty. A lot of repeat shit. I did like the Rollins promo. I did like the ending. The ending promo. Not the ending, like with the fucking stupid weird way of ending that segment. But more so, the ending segment was not bad. Except again, that whole lame climax of Cena bopping Cody. That was just so weird. But then, again, Crossroads right after that. It was like, really? Again, the ending promo was fine. Rollins promo was fine. It just, okay, whatever. At least they did, the battle royal to make the show whatever, and a tag title match. But again, they didn't really care for those matches. And then again, rinse and repeat of shit we've seen throughout the entire usual. And this is a go-home show for fucking WrestleMania. I don't know what to tell you. Whatever. So SmackDown came. The go-home show did not really feel exciting. I mean, at least they had Cena there. That was the only time, like, it felt like WrestleMania. So that was WrestleMania. That was a go-home show. Show was pretty boring for the most part. A snooze fest, I will say. Does not really feel like WrestleMania, if I'm honest with you. It only feels like WrestleMania with the fucking news and all the shit that's going on, with the schedule. Alright, that's what I'm gonna say. Till next time, peace. Yeah, bye. Just keep real. Make your bitches go, oh shit. That WrestleMania weekend gonna be draining. Till next time, peace. Yeah, bye.